how can I practice forgiveness both for myself and other? Whoa, that is a really good question, very deep question by the way. All right, yeah, let's go through that. All right, yeah. So how can I practice forgiveness? What's the forgiveness? Forgiveness means like that ki, like how do you supposed to kind of like forgive means like that ki, like like basically this thing how do I supposed to for forgiveness means like you probably understand like how do I supposed to explain this forgiveness. Okay, forgiveness means like that ki if something really bad thing happened with yourself or other kind of like did something bad thing to you, how do you kind of like process that information, or how do you kind of like something say that ki, yeah, that is cool, something like that. Okay, example. So you kind of like something interact with a couple of people, okay, mostly though a friend, and if some of the people are kind of like some of the people of your friend, they're kind of like make fun of you. Okay, yeah, how do you process this thing? Well, fun of you, that is okay. Oh yeah, at the first time it is okay, they making fun of me, I also make the fun of them too. Okay, yeah, because it's my friend. At the initial level they are kind of like doing it, that is also okay, dude. Okay, yeah, I'm not kind of like a something beat kind of like taking that very seriously, because it's a friend. Okay, I'm kind of like interacting with the group. All right, yeah, but there is some sort of boundary that I kind of like simply cross. Like sorry, there is some sort of boundary that I shouldn't supposed to be crossed, and I don't let other people to cross that boundary too. Example is that ki they making fun of them, fun of me. Okay, that is okay, but if they make fun of my mother, if they make fun of my father, if they make fun of my kind of like somebody relative, or kind of like somebody relative means like personal people, then I would not gonna say that. Okay, yeah, like I'm gonna say that, dude, this is the kind of assembly line that you shouldn't supposed to be cross. Okay, yeah, like basically this thing na ki, yeah, it's like that na ki it's like like let me tell you one thing. I'm belong to the India. Okay, and there are so many toxic people are here, so many people. Okay, yeah, and making fun of them is a kind of like a something very kind of like a very small thing for you, but in India making fun of them is like that ki a lot of kind of like a something teasing and kind of like a something like a verbal assault and something like that. It is a lot, dude, it's a lot like a like basically when you talk to the Indian people, try to understand the gravity of that, the every word that they are saying, it's a very heavy by the way. All right, yeah, so I'm belong to the India, I understand the kind of like some people, how they kind of like somebody make fun of them, and I understand the level of fun of them too. Okay, yeah, but it's just like that there is some sort of boundary. Okay, and I am not cross that boundary, and as also I won't let other to cross my boundary too. Okay, and this is kind of like a something thing, like basically how do you supposed to feel that ki if I make fun of your mother or father or your significant other, okay, do you like that particular thing? No, no, that is not. Okay, yeah, because like right now those are kind of like something very close people of mine, and definitely you are making fun of my mother or father or any kind of like a personal, or my wife or kind of like a significant other, then probably I will not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that, dude, it's a kind of like a somebody, stay away from this thing. Okay, yeah, like I'm gonna say like in this particular tone, I'm gonna say that, dude, it's a personal boundary, do not cross that thing. All right, yeah, I'm gonna telling you at the beginning very lightly, okay, so that he could understand, and he could kind of like understand that this is the boundary, and he kind of like a make mistake to cross that boundary, so the genuine person could kind of like understand his mistake and will not repeat that mistake again. But the some people are kind of like something very crazy about such thing. Okay, yeah, and if they are, then I'm ignoring those people. I'm ignoring those people. Okay, yeah, because in the end those people are kind of like something very fucked up thing, and I try to kind of like something far away from those people, because those people are not meant to be kind of like a something learn. They don't want to be growth, they don't want to be do anything, they just like basically, let me tell you one thing, I've seen so many people who kind of like a feel very good when they fun of each other, when they fun of their friend. Yeah, like basically they kind of like they want to be kind of like something fun of other people. Why? Because they love to do that thing. Okay, yeah, it's not kind of like a somebody as a friend that you could kind of like from something like fun of them, that is okay, but I've seen so many people, they are kind of like a somebody, they just love doing it thing, and they just want to do this thing, and they just kind of like continuously do those things. Okay, yeah, I seen so many people. Okay, in my entire lifetime I seen so many people. Okay, yeah, they just kind of like somebody always do fun of things and stuff like that. So I usually make sure that those people are kind of like a something little bit stay away from me. All right, yeah. Okay, like I'm not gonna kind of be mad of him or mad of those people, but it's kind of like that key having the company of those people is not really good for me. So I probably make sure that those people are a little bit away from me. All right, yeah, one thing. Another thing is that how do I supposed to forgiveness the people. First of all is that I'm pretty cool with the thing. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing, if you didn't really cross my boundary, I am very cool with everything. Like basically you could say whatever the thing that you wanna say, that is okay for me. Okay, yeah. Because of that, now let me tell you one thing. I also accept myself. Okay, yeah, because in my entire period of lifetime, I make lot of fucked up thing, lot of mistake, lot of thing. Okay, yeah, and basically is this thing, I am kind of like a somebody mentioning myself that I am really fucked up person. Okay, yeah, and I make very huge mistake of myself, and I'm actually facing those consequences of the mistake that I did. Okay, yeah. What is the consequences? Like I'm 31, I'm not earning any money, I'm living with my parents. Like what is actually the kind of like some consequences that you are kind of like expecting? Yeah, I am 31, not earning any money. All right, yeah. So basically I am kind of like facing the consequences because of the mistake that I did in the past, and I accept that mistake, and I accept myself, and I forgive myself because of that the things that I did in the past is kind of like something meant to be happen, because I know what I am, I know what I could do, and I know what I am capable of. All right, yeah. So basically is this thing, the mistake that I did is kind of like a something experience for myself, that this is a kind of like something bad, and this is a kind of something really good. All right, yeah. So basically is this thing, I accept myself regarding about what is actually fucked up thing that I did. All right, yeah. So basically is this thing, I kind of like make a lot of something really fucked up thing. So how does kind of like a, some of the other people who do kind of like some really fucked up thing to myself? Nothing really at all. Yeah, what they would kind of like do, they like basically verbal thing, like a verbal violence. Yeah, that is okay. Yes, but in the end, like basically I'm gonna say this thing because of I'm kind of like a, something interacting with a lot of people and understand about the people and their thought process and everything. I could kind of like somebody controlling them, not controlling, but I could kind of like somebody say, I don't know how do I supposed to use this thing. Okay, yeah, is this kind of like a some lazy thing? I wanted to talk to people. I could talk to the people. As also simultaneously, I could kind of like respect other people too. And as also, I make sure that they should supposed to be do my respect too. Okay, at least verbally. Okay, like basically in their head they are kind of like a telling about thing, so many bad thing about me. I don't really care at all, because in the end, I know I know that my growth is kind of like a depend on myself, not kind of like a somebody other, because I chose this way. All right, yeah. So this is what it is, dude. All right, yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, how do I supposed to be a forgiveness? I am bitterly forgiveness, dude. Like basically is this thing, my kind of like a fund of my life is a kind of like something is this thing that I won't let other people so close to me. Okay, yeah. Like I am kind of like a something take little bit away from those people. Okay, yeah. Why? Because of that usually I won't let other people to so close to me, because of that in the end they will might gonna hurt me. Okay, yeah. And why I kind of like assembly create such a boundary is because of that I don't know how do I supposed to explain this thing. It's because of that right now I'm kind of like doing so much mindfulness technique regarding about self talk and something like that, and I'm doing this thing for myself for almost like a 9 year. Okay, and like self talk means artifact. All right, yeah. So basically is this thing na ki um I don't really require any kind of like somebody people to talk to, require kind of like a somebody that understand to, just like that na I am kind of like a somebody friend of myself, so that I could talk to myself, understanding about myself, explore myself, whatever the thing that I have, whatever thing that I wanted to say, I could say like this. All right, yeah. So it's a kind of like a something is this thing, it's a kind of like a something is this thing that na ki um I'm bitterly matured regarding about how do I supposed to interact with the people. Okay, like basically matured. Like I don't know. Like I don't really have any kind of like a somebody scale that I'm kind of like a somebody 10 out of 10 matured or 10 out of 2 matured or 10 out of 0. I'm not really sure, but it's just like that. I literally understand about the world, people, and interacting with the people, and understanding with the people, communicating with the people, and something like that. So I might have a little bit of understanding. Okay, yeah. I am not really kind of like a somebody be kind of like a somebody kind of like a something really kind of like a feel really bad regarding about what does people others say and something like that. I don't really feel that. Okay, yeah. If those people are kind of like somebody crossing those boundaries, then I would kind of like a mention those and stuff like that. Yeah. But usually is this thing I forgive myself and I forgive other too. Okay, it's not kind of like a something is this thing that ki I would not do that. Like basically, let me tell you one thing. A couple of days ago, I'm kind of like a fighting one of my closest friend of mine, which is that friend was kind of like something so close to me. We are kind of like a friend since childhood. Okay, yeah. And basically, is this thing why we fight regarding about something. Okay, yeah. uh, as also, okay, yeah. I kind of like somebody forget that thing, and next day I just try to contact with him. Next day I kind of like somebody do fees bump. Okay, what's a fees bump? Fees bump is a kind of like something interact, like how do you supposed to like a fees bump is like I just do fees bump with him, just say that key everything will be cool. Okay, yeah. But he didn't really do any kind of like a fees bump. He kind of like ignore me. Because of that he didn't really forgiveness, he didn't really forgive me. So it is bother me? No, it did not bother me at all. Oh yeah, because of that, na ki, I know he is my friend and he could. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really fucking care. No. Okay. It's just like that, na ki. Like basically, let me tell you one thing. Okay, yeah. I have very thick skin, by the way. Okay, what's a thick skin? A thick skin means like that ki in my entire period of lifetime till now, by the way, I'm kind of like a facing so much resistance, mostly verbal resistance, a lot. What's a verbal resistance? Verbal resistance means like that you are pathetic, you are wrong, you are kind of like a something not gonna get the ambition and everything, you are kind of like a loser, and you are like basically all the kind of like some negative words that I already face through my parents, through my people, through kind of like some close people and everything. All right, so it's kind of like a something is this thing na ki right now I am kind of like a somebody have such a thick skin that if someone says something really bad stuff to me, I said yeah, okay, yeah, that is okay, that is okay, yeah. So I have very thick skin. So if other people kind of like a saying something to me, it's a yeah, okay thing, that is okay, yeah. But if the some certain thing people are kind of like a cross, then I would kind of like a tell him like it did not hurt me that much, but I would kind of like a tell him that ki, you shouldn't supposed to be cross this boundary. Okay, I didn't really say it just because of that ki I'm kind of like a hurt, and no, it's because of that ki I let those people that ki this is the boundary you shouldn't supposed to be cross. That's it. Okay, yeah. But in the end, I didn't really hurt. No, it didn't really hurt me that much. So basically, this thing na ki as also is this thing I'm kind of like a born in India. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that ki if you're born in India, okay, yeah, in India we have a lot of toxic people, lot of toxic people, dude. Okay, yeah. What's a toxic people? A toxic people means like that ki they are kind of like somebody doing fun of you, doing kind of like somebody just like I don't know how to supposed to explain this thing. Okay, it's a kind of like a some places in the people who are actually living in China or living in kind of like a Japan or something like that, or in US and Europe are very soft people. Okay, not America. US is not that much soft. US is also like India too. Okay, yeah, but still other countries are very soft regarding about their how they talk, how they communicate. They are very polite to each other and something like that. But in India, politeness are kind of like a negligible over here, like nothing. Okay, yeah. Like right now, some of the people are kind of like a saying thank you and something like that. But probably like a couple of year after, like a couple of year before, this thank you kind of like a thing is not even exist. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing. If you are living in metro city, then probably might be some people are saying thank you to the other people, but other than metro city, then local city and the village, thank you is not even existed. The politeness is not even existed. Yeah. So so basically is this thing na ki, uh, and what about toxic people, like basically a toxic people means like that na ki I don't know how I supposed to explain this thing. It's a kind of like a something is this thing na ki people are here are so kind of like a something just saying things about wrong and wrong and wrong and stuff again and stuff. All right, yeah. And as also toxic people means like that ki there are so many versions of people are here. Like basically 1.4 billion people are here in India, and basically every people is kind of like something different. Like some people are begging, some people are kind of like a scammer, some people are kind of like a lying, some people are just lot of thing, dude. Okay, and if you are born in India, you are kind of like a somebody get that kind of like a somebody just saying ki these are people are exist, and you are kind of like a build with that thickness skin, and then the politeness is kind of like a something just like that is okay, yeah. Okay, so basically is this thing na ki because I born in India, so I am kind of like I have very thick skin regarding about any verbal thing, like what does people say, and it didn't really affect me that much. And as also I'm doing YouTube. Okay, so being YouTuber is also kind of like even more thick skin, means like that in the YouTube they have stay so many wrong stuff about. So it didn't really hurt, or it didn't really bother me that much. And basically it's this thing I so if I didn't really get hurt, so how do I supposed to get kind of like some forgiveness? And basically it's this thing in my entire period of lifetime, I never really kind of like somebody have kind of like a certain people that I'm kind of like a genuinely mad for that person. No, definitely not. Okay, like might be I have kind of like a somebody tempered with that particular person. Tempered means like that kind of like a short tempered, but for short tempered for a couple of period of time, then after that everything being really cool. Okay, yeah. So I don't really have that kind of like a somebody person who is kind of like somebody very close, so that I could fight with him, so that I could hurt really bad, and then I didn't really forgive that person. I don't really have that person right now. Okay, or I haven't really get that person in my entire period of lifetime. Okay, so might be in the future I will gonna get, but till now I don't really get that thing. So so I'm literally cool with that forgiveness is something like that, so that is okay. All right, yeah. So this is how I kind of like a practice my forgiveness. Practice, it's a kind of like something very fucked up thing now, like basically things that you say about the practiceness, about the forgiveness. It's a very good question now, dude. You should supposed to talk about like how do you supposed to forget, and how do you, I don't know, dude. It's like basically is this thing na ki it's is my artifact, dude. Okay, yeah, like basically this is in the things that I kind of like relate with the forgiveness. I mentioned this thing. Okay, there are a lot of thing about this thing, like understanding about the forgiveness, reflect your feeling, consider your situation, practice the self forgiveness, communicate, set boundaries, let go, restment, practice empathy, cultivate the forgiveness mindset, seek professional help if needed. Wow. All right, yeah. Definitely these pointers are really matter. Definitely it matter. But like this is how I kind of like a something forgive people, or kind of like a something forgiveness is that, like I don't know, like I never really been like this forgiveness kind of like a something word. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Okay, what's the forgiveness? Okay, let me tell you one thing now. Okay, I I, I don't know how to. Okay, forgiveness is actually come when the people are very polite. Okay, like people are bitterly hurt, so you kind of like say it very politely and things and that and something like that. Okay, yeah. I'm living in India, dude. In my surrounding, people are so crazy regarding about the verbal thing. Okay, politeness is गांड मरो. Politeness की गांड मरो bench. So if the politeness is not even exist, then how do you supposed to expect this in forgiveness, dude? Okay, भाई तू लाइक गुस्सा आ गया, हाँ तो क्या कर लेगा तू, गुस्सा आ गया तो बेंचोत क्या कर लेगा तू, जा भाड़ में, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता तेरे, तेरे को गुस्सा नहीं तो मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बेंचो चल निकल. These are kind of like some people are exist over here. Okay, yeah. भाई मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आ गया, हाँ तो चल निकल बेंचोत, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता तेरे को गुस्सा आने से. 1.4 billion people are here. We don't really care about the feeling of the people. Actually, we don't really care about the people are here, dude. So how do you kind of like somebody consider as a feeling and forgiveness and things and well, Dude, it's not really good nights. It's a kind of like a simply just like understanding about the fact and people and thought process and emotion interact with the people too. So you have to understand and don't really consider that key, don't really care. Well, I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm kind of like something very wrong. Maybe I'm kind of like somebody is saying that key I don't really understand. But this is I am born with. Okay, and this is the thing that I seen in my entire period of lifetime till now because of the surrounding situation, because your surrounding is kind of like an impact on your thought process and everything a lot. And this is it. Okay, if this question is actually asked to the people who are actually living in Europe or kind of like something like a China or somewhere, then people are very polite over there. Okay, they will definitely talk about the empathy and kind of like a gratitudeness and kind of like a forgiveness and something like that. In India, in US, nah, like we have very thick skin, probably. Very thick skin. Like how do you say that regarding about the like okay, chalo, you are living in India, so you have. But what about US? Like, do you live in US? No. But probably I also understand that the people are living in US as also very thick skin too, because they also face really kind of like some similar problem regarding about the life and things and problems and something like that. So um but I don't know. Yeah, I never really been on US, so I'm not really sure. But I think they have also thick skin like India too. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So this is an issue supposed to be in here, and as also if you kind of like a feel really hurtful regarding about this thing, then भाड़ में जा लौड़े मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता बेंचो जल्दी कल. The fuck. I'm sorry for everything. Huh? Sorry.